In this lesson, we're going to cover the benefits of bullet journaling over other methods of work-life management. The main benefit of bullet journaling is that it's a customizable and flexible system that combines planners and notebooks to provide structure for our complex and unique daily lives. Think work projects, grocery lists, lists of all the courses you want to take or have already purchased and have started, dream vacation spots, plans for your next newsletter, recipes you'd like to collect, manifestation rituals, etc. It can handle it all. In my experience, planners, even the expensive custom ones that allowed me to add in meal planning sheets or gratitude lists, were still too fixed to fit my life. They're fixed in their layout, they're fixed in how much space is allocated to each thing, and since they were tied to dates, they often moved along much too quickly for me. In the past, I would also need to have a notebook or notebooks in addition to my planner, as my planner was usually just some form of calendar or task manager. While I'm grateful to all the notebooks I've used throughout the years, they were either a dump of many topics and hard to navigate, or dedicated to a specific topic and left with unfilled pages at the end. Bullet journaling allows you to customize everything to your liking, and since it isn't set in stone, it allows you to change things as you learn and move along. Love a weekly view but don't need your gratitude list on the same page? Perfect. Break it into separate spaces. Have an intense month coming up and need a more thorough overview of what's to come than you did last month? Perfect. Bullet journal is adaptable and gives you the space to switch it up. We'll get into this a little bit more later, but I like to use a digital calendar separate from my bullet journal to keep an eye on timely dates and events. Meaning, if I don't touch my bullet journal for 2 weeks, I can go back to it without consequence. Everything is still there, whereas with a traditional planner, if I miss 2 weeks and open to today, everything I was working on is left pages behind with huge gaping space between. Smart navigation, which we'll talk about in the building blocks lessons, means everything in the bullet journal is easy to find, connect, and organize, even if the contents hit the book out of order or it's unclear how much space to allocate for a specific purpose. So practically speaking, bullet journaling becomes whatever you need in terms of planning, note-taking, dreaming, collecting, and more. It lets you collect your life as it happens in real time and sort it into something useful for the future. A benefit of bullet journaling specifically for creatives with ADHD is a little thing called object permanence. When a baby thinks you're no longer there because you're hiding behind your hands, that's a lack of object permanence, and people with ADHD struggle to remember what they can't see. Bullet journaling keeps all the stuff visible and in front of us. I often forgot we were wedding planning until I would see the wedding planning spreads in my bullet journal. Another ADHD-friendly bit is the handwritten aspect of bullet journaling. Now, you can totally do bullet journaling digitally on an iPad or tablet or whatever if that's your thing. But for me, I sometimes need space to be messy, and in an app I feel like I can't always see everything, and so writing things by hand not only gives me free room to ideate in the way that feels natural for me, writing things by hand also helps my soggy brain remember things a little bit better. The deeper benefit of bullet journaling for all of us, though, is developing the skill of discernment. Bullet journaling asks, what's actually important to you, and what would you like to do about it? And if you don't know, bullet journal gives you space to begin to figure it out. Your bullet journal doesn't shuffle your tasks along for you. You need to do it. And writing something over and over eventually makes you ask, why am I writing this? Why am I making myself feel badly every month to go buy birthday cards for every person I've ever met instead of the few that I actually like? Why am I scrolling on Instagram instead of staring at the sky, or a book, or my dog, or a plate of food? When's the last time I saw a friend? Who do I call friend? Do I want to go make some more friends? In Ryder Carroll's book, he shares the quote, "You can't make time, you can only take time." And to me, bullet journaling puts that truth in stark contrast, but not in a scary way that makes me want to buckle down and be a machine, but the kind of soul-shaking way that reminds me, oh yeah, this is my one life. What do I want to experience while I'm here? What trees are worth shaking? With my bullet journal, I get a few things done, I do a little dreaming, and then I close it and get back to my life, which for me is a lot of reading on the patio, looking through cookbooks, and watching Housewives with my dog Stevie. In the next lessons, we are going to go over the building blocks of a bullet journal as well as the components to my overall bullet journal system.